What are your initial thoughts then, Steve?
Well, the features are much more substantial than I thought they would be. Obviously, our only guide beforehand was the aerial photograph that Chris identified that brought us to this particular location by the footpath. So, obviously, Richard has carried out the geophysical survey, shown that the aerial photograph is reliable. I think probably what was giving the reading from the aerial photograph was probably the core filling through here, the upper organically rich material. But it probably didn't give enough signal from the aerial photograph to indicate the size of the width of the ditch. So they really are, yeah, monumental ditches. Big statement. And if you think of what has come out of that, and then piled up presumably on the inside, possibly outside and inside, that's really going to make quite a striking feature. I think particularly here on the cusp of the valley. So it's kind of like sort of exaggerating the topography at a junction, natural junction in this valley through here, which
people would have been able to see it from further away.
I think so. Yes, quite striking. Yes, it's interesting that we've got the footpath here, and it's going right through this monument. You do just wonder, you know, is there a practical reason why that footpath is there? Probably. It's an easy route, but is that something that has developed over time? Is it following a much earlier trackway, or a natural way to be going through the grain of the landscape? So if you've got a great big monument here in prehistory, people will have been coming here to gather, possibly to carry out some ceremonial activities, ritual perhaps, meetings. So I think it would be, it's a significant point in the landscape. Perhaps there's a natural access up through the valley that has remained in use and is a sensible way to move through. So I think this is probably far more than we anticipated would be here with this first sort of trenching that's been undertaken. And I think also what must be pleasing to everyone, certainly is exciting me, is the fact we've got the pottery that Richard was mentioning, both Bronze Age, which you might expect, but also the Iron Age as well. So not only have we got a very substantial monument, but from these small sort of slit sections through, there's obviously reliable dating material, cultural material, and I guess every prospect as well for carbon-14 dating, for some scientific sort of fingerprinting, if you like. For the pottery, I mean, the pottery could be, more or less contemporary with the use of the feature, but we'll have to see exactly where it pans out in terms of the filling of this feature. I suppose there's two things that are going on. There's the making of the monument and use of the monument, and then what we come along and see, in the archaeological fills here, which is when the monument is developing and in use and then going out of use. So some of the signature material, the data material we'd have in the features might be telling us about the middle and later use, subsequent development of this part of the field. So hopefully there will be some, because it's such a big sort of catchment to collect material. So that's why Richard is probably looking towards, as he mentioned, stripping off the interior here of this plough soil, seeing what's there, because there could be some features here which actually tell us more about not only the defining of the feature, which we see with the ditches, but the use of the feature for ceremony or burial or meeting, something like that, structured deposition. Possibly we might have something similar to the Bronze Age hoards that have come up nearby. Something like that, she's telling us what people are doing here. But I think it really does, it's going to be a real eye-opener and justifies the project, is to have this, I think, following on from the excitement we had only a few months ago with the finding of the hoards, the 4 hoards or so from the metal detecting. It really is going to make people sit up and listen and say, well, actually, the Lees Court project of KAS there really is something to it. Look, they've only just started, and they've got headline monumental features, well preserved, dated material, plus also the hoards that have been found, which are very, very nice material. That's why the British Museum is involved. So really is genuinely exciting. Lots of prospect here in this beautiful landscape, I think, for members of the society, volunteers, students, people who are coming along just for a day or two to see what's here, undertake some excavations or something, get their knees dirty with a bit of troweling. It's great opportunities for all sorts of agendas that the society has for education and enjoying being out, doing something practical, discovering things, and justifying the existence of the society.
Yeah.
So it's very, very good news. Very good news on a
Excellent.
sunny day.
Excellent. Thanks for your time.